Hi folks, today we have the new Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1, which we shouldn't really have, but we do. This isn't coming to Ireland until at least early August. It'll be in the UK on the 4th of August, but we have ways of making these things walk, so we managed to get our hands on it. Okay, so this is the 10.1 inch Galaxy Tab from Samsung. As you know, they've had a 7-inch one out in the marketplace for quite some time now, for best part of a year actually, and the difference is obviously size, but I think the feeling I get from this is it's a leap forward. The 7-inch Galaxy Tab always felt to me like an extended version of the Samsung Galaxy smartphone, and I just think this feels more like a tablet that was made to be a tablet, not a phone. So it's got this amazing screen that is typical of the Google operating system. Basically, it's equipped with a 1 gigahertz dual core processor, has an NVIDIA Tegra 2 chip, and it's basically only, as you can see, about 8.6 millimeters thick. The obvious difference between this and say the iPad 2, which will be competing against, is it seems slightly lighter. The actual difference between the two really is also, I think, fundamentally just the materials used in it. The iPad 2 feels very metallic because it has a metallic back, and the core difference being the iPad 2 is only slightly smaller than this. I'll show you the back of it. As you can see, it's got a more of a plasticky kind of softer feel to the back of it, so actually you think it could take a bit of a beating. Camera flash here. Difference obviously when you look at these things first. I mean, the problem with tablets is they all kind of look the same, really, but the difference really here is obviously no button here, because that's the first thing anyone who's been using an iPad would do is look for the button. So that's not there. So is it fast? Well, it's got a 1 gigahertz processor, dual core processor. It's fast, all right. I mean, it's pretty swish. I love this this three-dimensional holographic feeling that you get from the Android operating system. It's very easy to use. So just to give you an idea of what the device is like in terms of video, because I mean this will be the killer app for a lot of people, will be the kind of stuff that they'll watch on it. So let's go into video. We'll basically do a search for a new film, let's say Cars 2. That is it. So you can see fairly fast, even just for searching for stuff. So let's go into the browser here, or into the YouTube browser, and we'll play a short excerpt of this. So it really does feel like having your own TV in your hands. That's one of the amazing things about the whole generation of tablets we're at the moment. It's no surprise to me that these are eating into the sale of basically tablet PCs, or sorry, laptop PCs. So what do you do with a Google-based device? Well, you play to Google's strengths, I think, and mostly that revolves around things like mapping, for example. I feel the mapping on this is very crystal clear, and again, it's nice to see the operation system actually do what it's meant to do. Especially, I suppose, when someone like Google goes and build a product like a mapping system and a satellite system, it's actually interesting to see what it does. So you've got a load of great abilities to just do so much more with the map. You can do, as you can see, you can mix with the layers, so latitude. Terrain. Satellite. even look at the traffic. So that could be very, oh look, here we have some bad area here, so I won't be driving that way tonight. Again, the device has a camera on the back and also a little camera on the front, so it is actually very good for doing conversations like Google Talk, for example. Skype hasn't really worked very well on this particular device. I don't think the camera works well with it, but certainly Talk has worked with Google. So just to give you an idea of just what it can do. As you can see, the camera works like this. You know, usual. If you're used to a smartphone camera, it's the same thing. So here's the one we made earlier, just a picture. And there's so many things you can do with this thing. So this is a picture of a brick. You can read into that if you want. So basically, you can share your pictures out. You have options: Picasa, Bluetooth, Gmail, and email. This is a little bit disappointing because on smartphones, particularly from things like the Galaxy S, you get a little more options in terms of what sharing to do. But I'm sure that will be fixed. Again, great controls over what you can do with the images. Crop the image if you want. There you go. What I love about tablets, it's just like having your own personal light box in your hand. So really, I actually think compared to the 7-inch Galaxy Tab, this is streets ahead. It's a beautiful machine. So I suppose the question anyone watching this video will be asking themselves is, should I spend my money on the iPad 2 from Apple, or should I buy this brand new device from Samsung? So here we have side by side the iPad 2 and the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. The 10.1 will run Google's new Android 3.1 operating system. As you know, the iPad 2 would have the latest iOS 4 operating system on it. What's the real core difference between the two devices, really? I have a feeling colours just seem a little bit more vibrant, actually, on the Galaxy Tab. So here we have Pulse Newsreader app live on both devices. Here you have it on the iPad 2, and it's in that particular blue, and it just seems a little bit more brighter on this, but again, this could be down to settings and stuff. But as you see, both are very good for reading and sharing information. They're just really these are our times. This is the way we're going to read stuff and share stuff in the future. So again, you know, the Galaxy Tab has really stepped up to the plate. It's comparable with anything now that is out there, and it's not, you know, you can't accuse it of just being an expanded phone. In fact, you can't accuse either of these devices being an expanded phone. I suppose really then to just look at the kind of the aesthetic differences between the two devices. What are the core differences? So as you can see, screens, it's slightly longer, obviously being in size. Back of the iPad, in terms of width, much of a muchness really. There isn't a huge difference in terms of width for these devices. As you can see, metal, plastic. The iPad 2 feels very fragile because of its metal backing. It doesn't feel that it's going to withstand a fall as great as this one, which has kind of got this plastic that I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of feels like it's cushioned almost. So yes, so bigger screen, but equal processors, equal width on both devices really. There it is. The advantages of the Galaxy Tab 2 are it's got a decent screen, it's got a good processor, it's pretty rapid for searching stuff on the internet, it's good for rendering books, it's good for rendering movies, you can watch Flash on it, which is an obvious advantage. So I think from Samsung's perspective, it's bravo, well done. I think it really does offer something alternative to the Apple's iPad, and I think the market's going to get a hell of a lot more interesting.